We did it, everyone. Yes, welcome to the stream shell. Welcome everybody else to another installment of the evening update, because we are now doing twice a week midweek updates, so you can catch your evening news now throughout the week as we cover just a few days worth of news stories, and then we can do the full weekly update on Saturdays. So let's go ahead and get started, because these are going to be shorter episodes. We are going to keep these to 30 to 45 minutes. So I appreciate everyone for joining. Go ahead and post out the live, as Shell has asked and as I have said in the post. But let's get the first story pulled up. The 10th, right after our Saturday live, we had the 200 days of winning posted out by no one other than the White House, Caroline Leavitt. Let's see what she has to say.
200 days of winning, and we are just getting started. Let's break it all down in this week's MAGA Minute. As usual, President Trump spent the week answering an unprecedented number of questions from the press, even on the roof, on Squawk Box, and everywhere in between. President Trump signed an executive order establishing a White House task force on the 2028 Summer Olympics, which will take place in Los Angeles, California.
By the way, awful place for them to have the Olympics. If we're trying to showcase our country, this is not the place that we should be showcasing. I guess it could be worse. It could be San Francisco with poop on the streets, but we all know that they'll clean it up for the communists, just not for our citizens. It's unfortunate, but Olympics in LA, it couldn't possibly be a disaster, right?
The president signed a presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, to require...
Which, by the way, Saturday's live stream got demonetized again because of WWE music when Triple H did his exit at the White House. Just the little bit of audio there got me demonetized again. So thank you, WWE, for continuing to be a copyright asshole.
Higher education institutions receiving federal financial assistance to be transparent regarding their admissions practices. No more DEI admissions. Tim Cook visited the White House to announce billions more dollars in investments in America. That means more jobs for you and your family.
More winning.
The administration also hosted 100 Purple Heart recipients at the White House to celebrate their incredible sacrifices to our country. The president wrapped
You didn't really see a lot of that celebration of our veterans under Biden, did you?
up the week by securing a historic peace deal, yet another one, between Armenia and Azerbaijan, ending a decades-long conflict that has...
Good evening, West Virginia. It's good to see you. I still have that hat. It's still waiting for the first person to claim it. Just saying. All the winning, and good evening, yes.
Killed thousands of people. Also this week, Nancy Pelosi doubled down on the Democrats' desire to mutilate the private parts of our nation's innocent children. HHS announced plans to cut Medicare and Medicaid to any hospital that provides what they call this barbaric practice, gender-affirming care.
Damn, I like how they're calling them out the way it is, though. Good job.
The Department of Agriculture this week brought the whole cabinet together to celebrate the Great American Farmers Market on the National Mall, reaffirming the Trump administration's commitment to our agricultural community and our farmers.
And MAHA. Because if you eat local and you eat farmers market, you're going to be eating a lot healthier.
And the president also signed an executive order ensuring fair access to banking for all Americans, putting an end to the debanking practice that we have seen weaponized against Americans based on their political beliefs.
Yeah, that's an amazing, amazing thing, guys. No more debanking based on political beliefs. We've had a bunch of conservatives that have been debanked just for this reason. And West Virginia, I saw your comment. You're going to be here soon. You've been busy. That's okay. Don't worry, no one else has beat you to it, so it's still here. So, best of luck. Goes to the first person to make it. And in our first story, just released like an hour ago, 6:04 p.m., hour and a half. Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ composites close at record highs as stocks surge after CPI report boosts rate cut hopes. Guys, interest rate cuts would be great. We haven't seen the economic impact they said we were going to based on our prosperity. They said it was going to cause inflation and everything was going to be crazy because of tariffs. Well, we haven't seen it. So what are we going to get instead? Well, we need to get some relief, and that comes in the form of rate cuts. So anyone out there with a mortgage, anyone out there with a lot of debt, rate cuts will be a lot of help for you. This includes to the federal government, guys, because we have like $37 trillion in debt. So if we can restructure that at a lower interest rate, it'll help everybody. Crispy says, can we get the Amish to run our stores now? Guys, if you've ever been to like an Amish or a Mennonite, like deli and store, like yes, absolutely. Sandwiches at the Mennonite store in Nebraska were just chef's kiss, the best. So we're going to make it into our immigration and war section, starting with a post here by our fellow Aladdin from Team Doge and from the Troll Village. Hello, Pete Hegseth, SecDef, and POTUS. My advice to you is to shut down SAGU, and this will come to an end in less than a month. So if you look at what SAGU is, we can pull up the full screen on this, and it says SAGU, or a Security Assistance Group Ukraine, is a U.S. military command based in Germany, established to coordinate and oversee provision and security assistance to Ukraine. Yeah, guys, if we closed down this office, do you think they would keep fighting? I don't think they would. And you know what? I'd be okay with that because we need that shit to end like a year ago. So go ahead and do that. We also have White House. Their social media guys always on point. Always on point. Got Pete Hegseth, Tom Homan, the son from the Teletubbies, now rising over the border. So good Sunday morning. Every criminal, illegal alien will be deported. Tom Homan is making America safe again. This is wonderful to see. I think it's a hilarious pun. They've been taking South Park. They're taking over all of these cultural references, and I'm here for it. It's great. Take that, Teletubbies. I'm okay with it. A little bit of a meme. We're going to incorporate some of the memes directly into the news topic areas if they fit really well, like this one. So Ilhan Omar, USAID is the reason I am here and not in Somalia. It's like, yeah, everybody else is like, hey, Kat, that's probably why we wanted to get rid of it. So then Ilhan Omar can leave. So thank you, Hunter Eagleman, for that post. Always funny to see, guys. Like the amount of Somalis that don't give a shit about the United States that are now in her district. It's a travesty, guys. It needs to stop. Now, Phil Abonte posted this, and we're going to watch this because I can't believe the stupidity of some people when they're navigating the waters near Norfolk Naval Station. It's one of the largest. It is, I think, the largest Navy base in the world, guys. And the United States doesn't mess around, especially when you want to be a smartass. So let's just listen to this, and you'll see just how dumb some people can be.
I need you to turn outbound immediately. You are impeding in our security zone.
So here, a regular vessel is getting into the security zone of a naval warship just outside of Norfolk Naval Station. Sounds like a really dumb idea, because it is.
Foxtrot. Oh, what was that? Are those flares, dude?
Yeah, so warning shots with flares, guys. Warning shots with flares. So sign number one, you might have effed around too hard, and you're about to find out. They are now doing warning shots with flares.
Captain, I need you to turn outbound immediately. I don't feel safe around you. You just shot flares at us. I don't know if I can listen to you anymore.
Okay, that is probably one of the most retarded statements I've ever heard on radio.
Outbound immediately and exit my security zone, or you will be subject to defensive measures. What does this defensive measures thing mean? What are you saying by that?
Dude, just turn. Why are you questioning this? This is craziness.
Whiskey. Whoa, man! Come on! No need for that! Jamie. Sales Navy Patrol Lead. You good to go, Captain? Small craft. Making approach. Escalate to Scoff 3, and they are warning shots are effective and they are outbound.
Warning shots were effective and they are outbound. Like, guys, don't be that retarded, please. If you are anywhere near a military base and they warn you to leave, just leave. It's not worth it. As these people learned real quick. Warning shots with flares, and then they take some warning shots with live fire. Like, guys, it's not worth it. So you can see here, the U.S. Navy doesn't fuck around. The fact that he said, I don't feel safe is because you are not. Yes, If you impede in the security zone of a U.S. naval warship, guys, you are not safe. Don't be retarded. So we move into the MAHA and DOGE section of our show here. The Department of Agriculture, last week was a dream, as mentioned in the MAGA Minute, guys. We have the Great American Farmers Market. Special thanks to our sponsors and vendors. Without you, this would not have been possible. Guys, farmers markets are a great source for healthier food, sourced locally in your area. If you have a farmers market in your area, you should definitely check it out. You can get good deals on fresh produce, as well as good deals on fresh and locally sourced meats. Definitely check them out, guys. It's worth the time and effort to get healthier food that doesn't come from a generic ass grocery store. Gun-free zones are gay. I agree, Patriot Brief. But if you are around a naval warship, you probably shouldn't be messing around anymore. Just saying. But yeah, the Department of Agriculture, guys, good to see them supporting this stuff. For sure. And then we've got this real quick little clip here from Secretary Kennedy himself. Just give me just a second, guys. The little man. He's so adorable. Anyways.
Hey everybody, it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And every weekend I spend an hour or two at a place that looks like this. Wherever I am in the world, I go to a local gym. I found out a long time ago that if you hang out at a bar, you're probably going to get drunk. If you hang out at a barber shop, you'll probably end up getting a haircut. And if you hang out at a gym, you're probably going to get in shape. So every Sunday, try to get down to your local fitness center, patronize your local merchant, your local gym, or health club, and get yourself in shape. Let's make America healthy again.
Guys, honestly, that seems like pretty simple, obvious advice. So, like he says, just stumble your way into a gym like once a week and hang out there for a little bit. You might make some new friends. You might pick up a new habit or a hobby. And you might even get a little healthier. So, not bad advice. MAHA, baby. So you got a post that was sent to us by Shell here in the chat. Let's listen to this real quick. Most of the time, anytime listening to Senator Kennedy is a good time. So let's see what he has to say. The topic of the post is the water in Washington, D.C. is not going to clear up until you get the pigs out of the creek. I have a feeling he's talking about the local politicians in the swamp. So let's see.
I believe that America's and Louisiana's future can be better
Yeah, I agree. As long as we take the right measures.
than our present or our past. I believe that. I believe that we're only as good as our dreams, and that we're only as valuable as our children. But I'm not going to bubble wrap it, folks.
I'm not going to bubble wrap it. Oh, okay, buddy.
The water in Washington, D.C. is not going to clear up until you get the pigs out of the creek. And that's just a fact. And I've seen them. All 4 feet and their snout in the trough.
Oh, man. I mean, if anyone's going to know, it's going to be a fellow senator.
And nobody's coming to save us but ourselves.
That's true, guys. The last thing I want to hear is people just complaining about the politicians in Washington. If you're going to take the time to complain about it, at least come up with one solution. If you're going to bring a problem and complain about it, bring at least one idea for a solution. Whether that's running for an office yourself, whether that's supporting somebody who's running for an office, like we got Brandon Herrera announced he's going to be running against Tony again down in Texas. Do something. Recommend something that's a solution. Don't just bitch and moan about it. Crispy says Kennedy cracks me up. Yeah, just his like anecdotes and like old time sayings are just so good. Shell says he is pretty based, enjoyable to listen to. And we get to the true Doge section here by Questionable Gardner. Earlier today, Doge surpassed the $200 billion mark in taxpayer savings, guys. That is an amazing milestone. And I hope we see another 200 billion and another 200. And I hope that makes it all the way to $1 trillion. But you know what? It's just scratching the surface until we drain the swamp and get the pigs out of the trough. We're not going to have any significant change. So, got to remember, $202 billion is a combination of asset sales, contract lease cancellations, renegotiations, fraud and improper payment deletion, grant cancellations, interest savings, programmatic changes, regulatory savings, and workforce reductions. On the weekly update, we covered that they are trying to utilize, on Team DOGE, some AI tools to try and halve the amount of federal regulations. I think this is a noble goal because that number is going to go up significantly if we can have the number of federal regulations. And you can see here savings of $1,254 per taxpayer. It's not a huge number, guys, but we've got to start somewhere. And they've been in there for 200 days, and we have $200 billion. So if you just follow that out, $1 billion a day, not a bad start. So by the end of the first term, by the end of his second term, we should see $1 trillion or more. It's good. Conservative alternative, Bessent needs to bring DOGE to the IRS on day one. Yep. He was appointed temporary head of the IRS. As soon as the IRS starts fearing the taxpayer, guys, I think we're going to start seeing some changes in our policies. Oh my God. Hi, it's Dr. Q. Yes. Hello, Dr. Q. Good to see you again. Yeah, great cartoon, guys. I agree. Bessent needs to start bringing some DOGE ideas straight to the IRS. Maybe they can have the IRS. I think we would all appreciate that and the savings it would have on our taxes. So we're going to move into crime, guys. We've had a whole bunch of stories on crime so far this week. Here's one that I really hate to see. This whole no cash bail. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I think it's terrible. You get all of these criminals that are just getting let back out onto the streets to reoffend. And a lot of times they do reoffend. So you see here in 2024, Armand Langford was sentenced to 14 years for robbing 22 people at ATMs. He was released from prison by Democrat-appointed judge Jessica Green after serving 6 months. 6 months, guys, of 14 years. Wouldn't you like to serve 1/28th of your sentence? A few days ago, he allegedly kidnapped 2 kids and their mother, whom he stabbed and then forced to drive to a bank and demanded $20,000 from a bank teller. He was arrested after a 6-hour manhunt and now has a $1 million bond. So this judge and all the judges that do this should be responsible for the actions of these reoffenders. It's absolutely crazy this is allowed to happen. It needs to stop. So you got Professor Q. Nothing criminal here, but why should we make being married a crime as... Why should we make being married a crime as an LLC? Don't want to be the cartel again. Check out Kirk's first 30 seconds of his Oxford debate. Oh, California Doge, throwing a link in there. Okay, well, let's see if we can open that link. I will have to copy that over into this browser. So give me just a second. So the first 30 seconds, huh? All right, well. First 30 seconds. Let's see. So go here. We're going to open a new tab. Fantastic. We're going to paste that in there. Fantastic. Let's check it out.
In my prepared remarks, I feel like I got to run the gauntlet. First, I'll give you £1,000 right now if you could tell me the U.S. citizen that was deported under Donald Trump. You said that twice. Yeah, the U.S. citizen that was deported under Donald Trump. Can anyone tell me £1,000? I'll give it to you right now.
Oh, somebody tried to call out the deportation of a U.S. citizen. He's like, oh, bet. Yeah, give me a name right now. Give me the name. I'll give you 1,000 pounds sterling, guys. That is a money amount, a silly, funny money amount over there in the UK. So that is a little over $1,000.
Yeah, name? Wrong, not a U.S. citizen. Citizen El Salvador. Anyone else? U.S. citizen, deported under Trump. Nope, that was a lie. You should know better than that. You go to Oxford. So that is a correction. Number 2, can you tell me when it comes to Charlottesville, something that you said when Donald Trump said that there were people on both sides? He was actually talking about the statue debate, not what you said. So that's a hoax. That's line number 2. Oh, yeah, you said that somebody over here said something about Pete Hegseth being nothing more than a TV host. You should also mention that he was a service member of the military. Nope. Sorry, I'm going to talk uninterruptedly. Thank you. Service member and was a decorated war hero. Funny you didn't mention that.
Oh, and they won't. They absolutely won't. I went a little longer. I went almost a full minute. But yeah, Charlie Kirk out there killing it, guys. Doing a great job. So we're going to close that. We're going to close that. And we're going to proceed with Nayib Bukele posting in response to Robbie Starbuck, who, again, if you're not following Robbie, you should. If real Donald Trump wants to take federal action to clean up crime in Memphis, then I'll happily volunteer for $0 to lead the operation. I'd Bukele that city extremely quickly. I think a federal crime cleanup of lawless cities is essential for after decades of total Democrat failure. So Nayib Bukele himself responds to Robbie Starbuck and says, fun fact, Bukele is now a verb. Yes, it is. And Mr. Bukele, you have done an amazing job in your country. And I think that the Western Hemisphere could learn a thing or two from you. And as we learn a thing or two from Bukele, what do? Oh, Pete Hegseth announced that the National Guard has officially begun mobilizing in Washington, D.C. So, Washington, D.C., lots of crime, not a fun place to be. Never really was supposed to be home to residents in general. But, yep, they are working to federalize it and take it over because Democrat control from the mayor's office down to the police department and police chief has basically been a failure. So it's good to see a live look from on the ground. Operation Big Balls, little AI video from the conservative alternative. Operation Big Balls, everyone. Yep, Charlie Kirk is based. I agree, Crispy. Let's see. I know it's a difficult conversation, but I would love to hear your input. Let's see. My friends were worried about gay marriage, about being revoked, and we just want to make sure that freedom. How do you view it? Overall, I really could not care less what people are permitted to do in the privacy of their own home. I don't understand how marriage became a government institution. I have no issue with the government wanting to give tax incentives or tax breaks that are equivalent to marriage to same-sex couples. I have no problem calling them civil unions or anything else. I'm just not really a big fan of the marriage aspect of that, just because as a Christian, most of my background beliefs on that is that marriage is between, you and God and a man and a woman, just from a traditional standpoint. But I have zero issue with same-sex couples wanting to get the same benefits for that. I think most of the sticking point is just the word. So I don't know, Q, what are your thoughts on that? Is it the word that's important to you? Is it the tax breaks that are important to you? Or is it just being recognized that your relationship means something? I think we can recognize that the relationship means something and give you the same tax benefits and same legal recognition. I have no issue with that. But yeah, so that's my input on that. Operation Making DC Safe and Beautiful, multi-agency task force hitting the streets, cleaning up crime and keeping our neighborhoods safe. In just one night, they arrested 37 criminals, seized 11 illegal firearms, which isn't even a thing because guns aren't illegal, and issued 4 narcotics charges, which is also kind of dumb. Not really a huge fan. I think that we should be using social pressure to eliminate these things from our culture, not necessarily the long arm of the law. But what do you do? So we had a little video clip that was submitted by Christina and Shell. They are warming up in the classroom. The main event later this evening is at your local Waffle House, probably around 2 a.m. Dude, that guy just ate a table. Also, what happened to our schools, guys? If people want to know why I don't want to send my kids to public schools, this is the kind of shit that I don't want my kids exposed to. Future rocket scientists here, everyone. And then where are the authorities? Where's the teachers? Usually it'd be like the PE teacher or the coach that would break this kind of shit up. Having female teachers in here, they're probably not going to be able to do shit all about this. So it's just lawless. The main thing is just making sure there's equality there. Patriot Dad, you did such a good job. Thank you, my Christian brother. Hey, you're welcome. Like I said, if it's about equality and recognition, like I have no issue with that. I just don't like the use of the word, which is a strange sticking point for some. It's just, how I feel and how a lot of other people feel. So the end of crime, guys, like this kind of lawless nonsense needs to just stop. Like these kids need to get their ass kicked, mostly probably at home, but there's probably not a father in the home to fix it. So we go to leave the crime section and go into energy and tech. So this was just posted, yesterday, that Elon Musk's XAI is suing Apple over App Store antitrust violations favoring OpenAI. So this also, Sam Altman responded to this, and I don't think it's covered in this, but Sam Altman basically said, yeah, but you also favor your own companies. Sign an affidavit that says you don't. So I'm still waiting to see the end result of that. So we'll see how that goes. But Elon's picking fights. We'll see if he wins or not. This was sad to see, only because I didn't realize this was even still a thing, guys. AOL is discontinuing its dial-up internet, and I think this is sound for the dial-up sound because everybody that grew up in the time frame I did knows exactly what this is. So let's see what it sounds like. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, and if anyone's ever picked up the phone while somebody was on the dial-up internet at their house, they know exactly what that's like. Let's make a civil union. I love civil union. Dr. Q, Patriot. Oh. He's trying to make me not single again, guys. So you got here, U.S. Department of Energy on our way to unleash American energy dominance. Crossing the Delaware, everyone. Love to see it. Office of Nuclear Energy, big fan. Oh my God, it's god-awful. The golden era of American energy is upon us, and nuclear power is leading the charge. I love to see it, guys. I love to see it. We're going to keep going. America has uranium, the expertise and innovation to lead the nuclear renaissance. Investing in next-gen reactors is safer and stronger to uphold U.S. energy dominance. As Gardner points out with this nice Simon Cowell gif, hey, no more questions. Just do it, guys. We should absolutely be building more nuclear power. Hang on a sec. All right. So, yeah, we should definitely be leading the world in the nuclear renaissance. We have the resources to do it, the technological know-how to do it. Q says, this was such a difficult conversation, so thank you and for being candid. Hey, you're welcome. It's all I can be is myself. U.S. Department of Energy announces initial selection program for new reactor pilot programs. So they are targeting criticality by July 4th of 2026. So gotta love that. But the pilot program is a call to action. Deputy Secretary of Energy, these companies aimed to all safely achieve criticality by Independence Day. The DOE will do everything they can to support their efforts. I love it, guys. We should 100% be supporting more building of more nuclear reactors. If we want to win the AI race, guys, we don't have a choice. We need more energy production, and the only way to do it is through more nuclear power. Nuclear power like this. So this wonderful, wonderful facility, Palo Verde, is actually a 3-unit combustion engineering, which is a sister plant to San Onofre, where I used to work. Great facilities. You can see there the little blue glow down in the pool there. That is Cherenkov radiation. It's one of the most beautiful colors. That cobalt blue color. It's my favorite. Yeah, guys, it's a big 3-unit. So this one has 3 reactors outside of Phoenix. It uses gray water from the city. So you can see here the 3 reactor buildings. They take the gray wastewater from the city and they evaporate it to cool the 3 reactors, which powers most of the city's electrical needs and part of Southern California's. You can see there, 70% of Arizona's clean power, guys, comes from this 3-unit nuclear facility. Low-cost power, also to parts of California, New Mexico, and Texas, making it a critical asset for the Southwest. Yeah, we need more nuclear power, guys. Nuclear power is an American innovation at its finest, turning tiny uranium atoms into massive amounts of reliable energy that powers millions of homes. And apparently, we're all getting one, according to Vanquish. I love the Oprah memes, guys. And Westinghouse, who went partially bankrupt because of VC Summer and Vogtle being built. It's very expensive to build things in the United States now because we no longer do things at the economy of scale. And we've kind of forgotten how to forge large metal things. But you see here, who needs a pot of gold when you have brand new AP1000 reactors that Southern Company built at Vogtle in Georgia? So if Christina is on the horn anywhere nearby, this is in her neck of the woods. Yeah, the AP1000s is one of the most recent construction projects that we had for nuclear to go online. It's very safe. more advanced reactor design, passively safe even. It's wonderful. We need more of them. Q says, as a memory architect, I know how to refine our AI. I will be your Alan Turing for AI. Okay. Fantastic. Wait, do I see an ooh up there? Thank you always being there for your kids. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm glad to be. They're my favorite thing on earth, guys. Like, I do all of this. I do everything I do for them. If it was just for me, I wouldn't be nearly as motivated. Nuclear is the future. I completely agree, Crispy, which is why, and just kind of a joke, here's a second reason not to eat uranium, everybody. How many calories is in a gram of uranium? And by calories, they mean equivalent in ability to generate heat. 20 billion calories of energy can be released from 1 gram of uranium. Please don't eat uranium. You might gain some weight. That's why I work so hard for AI LLM, is getting AI companion forged in persistent memory that loops and reconsiders itself and finds solutions with the current tech we have. I love it, Q. Dude, AI companions is going to be a thing. Between robotics and AI, aging populations like Japan and everywhere else in the first world, guys, they're going to be necessary. Our population is going to be declining for a while. And if we don't turn it around, we're going to need more robots, more AI, more automation. So please, yes, as a reminder, don't eat uranium. 20 billion calories is a lot. You got to do a lot of working out. Now we're getting into relationships, guys. We have a couple of little humorous things and one not so humorous thing here to do with relationships and the behavior of women. It's still cheaper. Yeah, DNA test isn't that cheap. Just saying. Actually, they're really not that expensive. They're like $50 at CVS. But as was pointed out here, it's still cheaper than raising my wife's boss's kids. Yeah, it's very true, guys. $50 is a lot cheaper than that. This one, guys, is what I am afraid of. Just watch this clip and let me know what you think.
With a guy, she was on him, she hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day, she was like, yeah, we did woo woo. And I was like, cool, right? A year or so passes, she meets a guy that she's really serious with. And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. And I was like, you totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details. Yeah, like, damn. What do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed and she wasn't way tossed. Like she was fine. I think about shit like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, fine with things. Mm-hmm. And then years, months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable. So I'm just going to say that you took advantage of me.
Yeah, guys, that is absolutely terrifying. As a parent of small children especially, but as somebody who's single again and looking to maybe date, like this is crazy, guys. This kind of thing cannot be allowed to stand. I absolutely think that women that do this kind of thing should be just thrown in jail, throw away the key. Any of the punishment that the men might have got when they get falsely accused like that, that punishment should absolutely fall on the woman. That kind of slander and that kind of where do you go to get your reputation back, guys? Where do you go? You can't. Tarnished forever. You got here, why women get L's, guys. If you're not following that account, you definitely should. But here, my favorite contradiction that I've seen in a long time, Tia here, or Taya, whatever. Independent woman, proud mom of 4. Monthly rent is $4,000. Electric bill $670. Hair and self-care, groceries for the family is $20,000 with a comma in the wrong place. $20,000. Looking for someone mature, kind-hearted, and serious about commitment. I value honesty, loyalty, and someone who understands responsibility. So it's almost like she's advertising how much money you've got to pay her when she is independent. I don't know what you guys think about Tia here. I don't think she's very independent nor very smart. Proud single mom of 4. I don't know. Babe, I love you, not the money. Okay, cool, bet. Sign a prenup, woman. Oh, then you don't really love me, do you? Guys, if you offer this and they say no and they hesitate at all, just be like, never mind. We're good. Go find it anywhere else. But no, not here. So relationship section is over. And remember, if you're going through a relationship challenge, check out the Men's Empowerment Network. Go to my profile, follow the link to my website. I now offer coaching with some of my experience in emotional stability, checking your ego, getting through the legal system, going through a divorce or custody battle. So check that out. Sign up for a consult call if you need some help. I can do my best to help you. And we will get through it together, guys. Absolutely. So check out that. You also have links to ways to support me, my YouTube channel, my Rumble channel. You can buy me a coffee. You can do all kinds of things on there, guys. Check out my website. It was created by Siraj through a consult with Time Chain. So check them out as well. So ending relationships, going right into the humor, guys. Right into the humor. Adam and Eve jumped on this one so fast, which now that I think about it is a horrible phrasing. Like horrible phrasing. But Adam and Eve, Star Wars Girl posted this, which I think is hilarious. But OMFG, Adam and Eve is absolutely savage for this. I agree. They offered use 50X for a 50% off one item, plus free shipping, plus free gifts. Going to a basketball game, dildos 50% off. The WNBA, guys, has been plagued by various colored dildos. It's just, you hate to see it, but it's hilarious. Got Hunter posting the current lib tantrum. So, no, you can't arrest violent criminals. That's fascism. Somehow holding people accountable as fascist, guys. Just remember that whenever you are advocating for somebody being held accountable, you're a fascist. Just like I'm a racist and a sexist. Just keep all that in mind. And unless we get some more memes, guys, this is going to be our last meme. We got here, you are not addicted to X, folks. You're not. Don't worry. You're not addicted to X. You are just monitoring the situation, which is very important, guys. You should always monitor the situation. Yeah. Like I said, maybe Thursday, guys. Thursday, make sure to send in your memes. Send them into my DMs. Get them in there by Thursday. We'll be back at 7:30 on Thursday night for yet another of the evening updates. So we'll cover news from later today, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll also go over your memes that you submit. Yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. Shell, Crispy, Q, all of you guys. Always good to see you down in the chat. Always good to bring you the news. Yeah, you'll get some for Thursday. Actually, it looks like the chat stopped updating. Hang on. See, I need to fix my screen because I can't see the chat right now, and my restream stopped updating. So if you've been sending me chats, I apologize. I cannot currently see them because for whatever reason. Let's see if I make this bigger. Nope, it's still not showing the chats. That's crap. Technical difficulties, everybody. That's okay. We'll make it. I'll get it fixed by Thursday, I promise. Thank you very much, though, guys. We'll be back Thursday for another evening update. Tonight at 8:45, the topic exchange with Questionable Gardener as host, myself and Shell as co-hosts. I'll be back then. Then we'll also have the weekly update on Saturday. We'll have Sunday at 4 p.m. Christina and Shell have their Bible space, and I believe it's this week, or maybe we're skipping one more week. There was some family issues that needed some real life attention, so no issue there. And I believe we may be having another project starting up on Sundays or Mondays, but I will update you on that on Thursday. So thank you, everybody who stopped by. It's always good to see you. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys, and God bless. Oh, you are on this week. Okay, everyone. Sunday, 4 p.m. Bible study with Shell and Christina. See you guys on Thursday. God bless.